Hi folks, TJ from Tenkara USA here. This video is going to help you decide what Tenkara USA rod is right for you. I'll start this video out by saying, keep it simple. I'm always about keep it simple. Don't overanalyze. Don't sit there and procrastinate and choose and then, oh no, this one. A lot of these rods will just physically work for you. So don't overthink things. I try to set folks' expectations. All of these rods, I can take pretty much any of them to a lake, stream, creek, you name it, and fish it. So they can all universally be used. Sure, there's some models that may be a little bit better in certain scenarios, and we'll cover that for you. But generically, they're all going to work. They all cast very similar, and they do the job. They are Tenkara rods, they're fun to fish, and it's really easy, generally, to learn. So let's cover each of these rods, and we'll help you decide what Tenkara USA rod is right for you. Hold tight. Here's the Hane. The Hane is our adventure rod. Very small, compact when closed, only 15 inches. But when fully opened up is 11 feet long. Well, 10 foot 10 inches to be exact. And what's great about this little adventure rod is just that. You're going on an adventure. You want to throw the rod in your day pack, in your briefcase, in your glove compartment, wherever. You just want to have a small rod with you at all times to be able to go out and fish if you come across a blue line. Blue line means river, creek, stream, whatever. You want to fish, and this rod is going to be with you at all times. So having something that's very small and compact that you can just throw in your pack is a cool idea. The Hane is a little bit on the stiffer side, so it can handle bass, bluegill, crappie, something a little bit on the larger size. Generally, Tenkara rods are designed for trout around 20 inches, give or take, or less. And the Hane is right up that avenue. So if you want a small adventure rod that you just throw in your day pack, your glove box, whatever, the Hane may be a choice for you. If you're fishing after really small little fish in a small creek and stream, this one's on the stiffer side, will work perfectly fine, but may be a little bit overpowering for the real small guys. So if you're going after small guys, there may be a different option for you. But in general, if you're going after trout, bluegill, crappie, bass, you name it, 20 inches or less in terms of trout, a pound or 2 or 3 for other species, the Hane would be a good choice for you. Iana. Iana is actually a trout over in Japan. This is a rod that we've had almost as long as we've been in business, now 14 years as of this taping. The Iana, everybody and their mother, brother, sister, father, whoever has owned probably an Iana. It's really the one rod, if I was to say one rod, that started the explosion of the Tenkara market. The Iana is a 12-footer. Great one rod that kind of can do it all. 12 foot when fully opened up. About 21 and a half inches when closed. And very packable, very lightweight. This rod is under 3 ounces. So lightweight, 12 foot when fully opened up. Bass, bluegill, crappie, trout, you name it. Most any application, whether it's in creeks, streams, lakes, 12 foot will pretty much be the average Tenkara rod. And the length of 12 foot is pretty practical. So Iana, very good all-around choice. If you're on a little bit of a budget, this one is on the lower spectrum of our pricing. And it's called the Iana. And again, if you do some research and type in Iana, Tenkara, you'll find out that the Tenkara USA Iana has been around for a long time. It's proven, and it's a good all-around 12-foot rod. So there you go, the Iana. Amago. Amago is also a fish from Japan. Beautiful trout over there. Amago is what we would consider our big fish rod, or one of the big fish rod. Generally, Tenkara rods are designed for trout around 20 inches or so. If you're going to be constantly targeting fish in the upper teens, lower 20-inch range, the Amago may be a good choice. It closes down to about 21 and a half inches when closed, but fully opened up, it's 13 and a half feet. Great for extra leverage for landing a little bit bigger trout. And the Amago has been around for a very long time. Again, almost as long as we've been around, 14 years now as of this taping. So the Amago would be a good choice if you're going after larger fish, typically. And if you're definitely going after bigger bass, bluegill, crappie, and so on that are 2 or 3, maybe 4 pounds, the Amago is going to give you that leverage for catching those. It's a little bit on the softer side, and some folks like that mid-flex type of castability of an Amago. So the Amago, good all-around choice. Again, about 13.5 foot long, so it's on the longer range. I personally wouldn't take this into really small, tight streams that are very small, 1 foot, 2 foot wide, because it's a long rod. Can it work? Sure. But ultimately, mid-size to larger rivers, or just more open spaces that you have plenty of casting room, the Imago is a good choice, especially for the fish that are up in the upper teens, lower 20s. Sato, one of our jack-of-all-trades rod models. What's unique about this rod, it can be fished in 3 different lengths. And you may say, why is that a good thing? Well, say you're fishing a very small, tight stream one week, using it at the 10.5 foot length, very good idea. But then you're working a bigger pond or lake or bigger river the following week, you want to open it up fully. So this rod could be fished at 3 lengths, roughly 10.5, 11.5, and 12.5 feet, which is a good feature to have. Say you want to cast a little further, you don't have to change out the line, just zoom it out to the full open length. If you want to fish it shorter, close it down to the 10.5 foot length. The Sato has been around since 2013 and has become one of our best-selling rods ever. Under 3 ounces, closes down to about 23.5 inches, so still very portable, lightweight. Strap it to your day pack or stick it inside and go off and have a wonderful fishing day at an alpine lake, for example. So if you want that adjustability, one rod that kind of covers mostly everything, the Sato may be your choice. Roto, another premium rod that we sell. This is the baby brother or baby sister to the Sato. We came out with this around the same time. What's different is the 3 lengths that it fishes are smaller or shorter than the Sato. It's a bit more of a petite rod, just a tad over 2 ounces. Typically, most folks enjoying this rod are fishing smaller creeks and streams or going after smaller fare. The best that I would say, 18 inches or less for the trout size would be perfect for this. Most folks fishing this would be going after the smaller brookies and such in a smaller creek and stream, but it can still be plenty of fun on smaller bass, bluegill, and crappie, and so on. The adjustable sizes on this are 3 of them, roughly 9 foot, 10 foot, 11 foot. It's actually a 8 foot, 10 inch on the shorter. Middle is 9 foot 9, or fully opened up 10.5 foot. And that's the Roto. Adjustability, a little bit more premium a rod, and this is adjustable where you can close it and open it to whatever your heart desires for that day of fishing. So the Roto is great for a little bit more petite fish, very lightweight. So some of the backpackers like this rod because it's just at around a little over 2 ounces. It closes down to about 21.5 inches when closed, so still fairly small. And that is the Roto. Satoki. This is another jack-of-all-trades rod models. It's adjustable, just like our Roto and Sato models, but everything about it is bigger. Oki in Japanese means big. Satoki means basically big Sato for us. And the big Sato means everything's a little bit bigger, beefier than the Sato rod model. We call it the Satoki. The 3 lengths you can fish it at, shortest 10 foot 8, right in the middle at 12 foot 2, or fully opened up. It's just like our Imago rod, 13 foot 7 inches actually on this one. So a little bit bigger. If you're going into bigger streams, medium-sized streams, going after a little bit larger fish, having a larger rod is going to give you more leverage to land those type of fish. So the Satoki may be a good option for you if you're going after upper teens all the time, lower 20s, or bigger, more open areas, or need that adjustability because one day you're going to be fishing a smaller creek and stream. The 10 foot 8 will come into play. So the Satoki is a good rod model for that. Ito, our big river rod model. This is adjustable. 2 lengths, 13 foot, or fully opened up at 14.5 foot. This is a premium rod, very long rod. So if you're working bigger waters, lakes, streams that are a bit wider than what you normally fish, and you want to have a little bit extra leverage in some cases to land a little bit bigger fish, the Ito may be your choice. It is quite long when closed, so not as compact as our other models, but it's 26 inch, 27 inches when closed, so not too bad. You can still strap it to a pack very easily. Fairly lightweight still, a little over 4 ounces on this particular model. And the Ito, I usually use this when I'm going to ponds, more open areas that I have a lot of casting room around me, bigger rivers, or I'm going to go after that 2 or 3 pound bass. This rod, the extra leverage that almost 15 foot offers you is a good feature. Again, adjustable 13 foot on the shorter length. If you want to cast it all day, it feels nice and crisp at that 13 foot. Or if you need a little bit more leverage or length of your cast, open it up fully, 14.5 foot. So this is our big boy, our big river, bigger fish rod called the Ito. Ukiyo, very ultra light, ultra small, under 15 inches. It's 14.5 inches when closed, yet opens up to almost 10 foot when fully opened up. Fairly petite rod in terms of very fun for the smaller fare, but just like the Roto, up to an 18-inch trout, perfect for the Ukiyo. Very lightweight, under 2 ounces with the plug removed. So if you're looking for ultra backpackable, ultra light, throw in your pack style rod that's a little bit more petite than our Hane rod, the Ukiyo will be it. Very sensitive handle. There's no cork. There's no foam. We've got the special grip on here that feels good to the hand, lets you grip the rod very well, but very sensitive for every little take of a kabari or a fly. So the Ukiyo is a great choice for small creeks and streams, medium-sized waters as well. Anything that's good for your typical 10-foot Tenkara style rod. And again, very sensitive. So if you like to go after those small little guys, you may feel those takes with an Ukiyo.